Hello, my name is Morgan Wilkerson, and this is my final reflection for Read 6265 for the Spring 2016 semester. I've learned a lot about multiliteracies this semester. One thing that really stood out to me is the fact that literacy encompasses more than simply being able to read and write in the traditional sense. I know as a child growing up, being literate simply meant being able to read and write well. However, this is no longer the case. Times have changed, and we must also change our instructional methods. Technology can successfully be integrated into our literacy instruction, and students need to be provided with the opportunity to communicate with others. What it means to be multiliterate in the 21st century? Well, as I stated before, 21st century learners must be given the opportunity to communicate and connect globally with others. There are different ways that we can do this in our classroom. I know a lot of teachers like to engage in book clubs and have their students engage in book clubs and book discussions. Well, let's take that a step further and let's integrate technology into that lesson. We can use online book clubs and online discussions to help students discuss what they've learned in the text. We can also allow students to blog about what they've read about. Skype is another thing that we talked about this semester that can help students connect globally. We can connect with different classes across the globe. It can even be still in the United States, but we can connect with lots of different classes, and students will learn a lot by embracing Skype and different technology into the classroom. One thing that I really liked that we talked about were the Google Lit trips. I really like the fact that we could take something that we've learned in class that may be in a different area, and we can expose students to what it was like during that time period and what it is like in that part of the world. And that is something that is just phenomenal, that could not have happened years ago without the integration of technology. That just shows how important it is for students to be able to use technology and to have it right at their fingertips. Who am I? That's a good question as a teacher. I am slowly beginning to embrace technology. I'm happy with it. I'm slowly beginning to embrace it. I've found that I'm providing students with more opportunities to communicate with one another. For instance, the use of KidBlog really helped my students. They really seem to enjoy being able to talk with others about what they learned in the text and what they liked about it. And they were able to engage in a dialogue, just simply saying, I agree with you. I like this part as well. Or, I really didn't like that part because, and then they're able to provide their reasoning as to why they did or didn't like it. And I think that really helped. I really liked that with my kids. And I can see how literacy can be integrated into different subject areas in an interesting manner. For instance, I liked integrating literacy into math. That was something that I think my students thought, wow, we're really doing writing and we're reading in math. They also liked the fact that we did it in science and social studies. So I think as a teacher, I'm beginning to move away from the traditional sense of if it's science, we need to do science, and we can have a few experiments. But now I'm starting to embrace technology a little more by saying, okay, well, why don't we go online and do this experiment? Why don't we go online and look at this? So I think that that's definitely changed the way that I am and how I teach. How my class has changed. My students are blogging. I am planning on creating more lessons using podcast. I really like using Audioboom. That I found was very interesting, and it could be something that's used for the parents, simply to alert parents as to what's going on in the classroom, helping them understand our routines and procedures. I really liked using that. And I could use tools such as Movie Maker to display our work throughout the year. Every year I like to have an end of the year celebration, and with that celebration I'm thinking of using Movie Maker to highlight some of the things that we did from August until June. I think that the students would enjoy it, and I think that the parents would like it too, having a visual as to what their students have done in our class this year. And another thing I can honestly say is that students are actively involved in their learning. I found that students are interested in writing. They love writing more. They love being able to blog, and the boys and girls they can't wait to do it. So I think that my students are definitely more involved in their learning. They're taking an active role in it. They can't wait to blog. They can't wait to talk with others and communicate about things that they've learned, and they want to showcase what they've learned, which is awesome. So I believe that times have changed, and it's very important that we embrace technology and make sure that we are providing students with an opportunity to become very literate. And thank you for this. I really loved this semester. It was a great semester. I've learned a lot, and I can't wait to incorporate this into my classes next year. Thank you.